Okay, so we are back with
We're back with another episode of the TK Show, and I'm Big Lass. This is the General, and it's another episode of
Log in the Punchbowl.
Log in the
Okay,
Punch
so
Bowl. And if
this
you guys don't know what a log in a punch bowl is,
it's
hey, you
a
go to.
turd in your fucking punch bowl at a party.
Have you ever been to a party when somebody is inconsiderate enough to take a dump in the punch bowl?
I haven't had the joy of seeing that beautiful sight. No, sir, I haven't.
Well, that would be terrible, and you'd be wondering. You'd be
Who
very
did that?
confused.
I wouldn't be. I would be confused. I don't think I'd be that upset because that takes skill
Yes.
to take a shit
So mostly confusion.
and a punch bowl with a lot of people around.
So confusion and admiration.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you're not even angry. You're impressed.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Very impressed.
Excuse me, everybody. I'm not upset. I'm confused, but I just want to know who took a dump in the punch bowl so I can congratulate.
Yeah,
him."
it's for that's fucking ninja level.
That's
No,
yeah, because I've been literally walking around this
you
thing,
didn't see
and I did not see
anybody
that. I did not notice that at all.
unless they like walked with their hand down their butt and just like dropped it off in there.
Whew.
But still, that's skill. I mean,
That's
you're gonna notice somebody with their hand in their ass.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you all right?
I'd like to think that they.
Okay.
I'd like to think that it happened by accident or not, because that's premeditated. That's even
Yeah,
worse.
it is. You're thinking about
It's
that.
like I'm gonna go to this guy's
You know,
party and take.
who goes to a party just to shit in a punch bowl? I mean, I know they want to spike it, but that's ridiculous. All right. So let's continue on with
Talk
the
about
rant.
spiking the punch bowl.
It's a whole new level. I do got one more rant.
Okay.
And,
What's your log in the punch bowl tonight?
It's WWE.
Ooh.
Big Laz has always known I've always had my hatred toward Vince McMahon. He's like the Jerry Jones for his company. It's just sinking and sinking and sinking. He doesn't want to do nothing about it. He doesn't want to repair or fix it. He just rather anything to make money. It's McMahon. But lately, we all understand as wrestling fans, they need to sell. You know, your sponsors, whatever. The more sponsors you get, the better for them. But my rant today is it's just embarrassing and what's another word for just like
It's
sad
yeah.
to see the WWE just sell you or throw products at you constantly during the match. You know, like when you put on what channel are they on?
They're on USA and then they're on
I
they're
thought
on
they were
USA.
Sci-Fi.
No,
too.
they're not on Sci-Fi anymore because they tanked so bad and
All
ratings
right.
over there.
Well, when you turn on the channel, and if you're bored enough to go to WWE,
Or you have 5-year-olds because that's their audience right now.
okay.
5-year-olds.
So
5-year-old girls. That's their audience. right
wow,
now.
Jesus. Okay, so if you're a parent, we're not parents, but we're old school wrestling fans. Once in a while, we'll want to see what's going on with WWE or something. If you turn it on, back in the day, you turned it on, it was just wrestling, just pure-hearted wrestling. You know, the monologues, like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you," blah blah blah,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. It wasn't it didn't seem as scripted even though it
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
was.
well, yeah. It just seemed real.
It was more realistic.
Sorry, it was a slag. Um, there, even though they had products in the back, like the Budweiser. Remember they were notorious for having the Budweiser babes in the back.
Yeah, I mean, every now and then they sell something.
Every now, right? It
Sponsored.
just wasn't as bad.
Macho Man had the Slim Jim.
but that was cool. They made it cool. You know what I mean? He just wore the Slim Jim colors and that one Slim Jim hat or whatever.
It was one time when the NWO they beat him with the Slim Jim.
That was funny as shit. But Macho Man had his commercials for those.
Yeah, he did.
Um, Now you
Fun
turn it
fact.
on.
Fun fact. When WCW signed Macho Man in 1994, they brought him in, but they also brought in Slim Jim.
Slim Jims
So basically, Bischoff said that he got Macho for free almost because basically Slim Jim they
paid.
were paying Macho to
Yeah,
be there, and so and they were paying Slim Jim to have the commercial on their show. So
it was a win-win.
yeah, it was a win-win.
But when you turn on WWE now, it's worse than NFL. It's worse than the NFL and the NBA. You know, NBA, NFL, every 2 minutes. Oh, tonight's show is brought to you by blah 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 blah. Budweiser or some sort of beer, whatever.
Rob reminds me of a Michael Bay movie.
Oh my God,
Because
products everywhere. Cars, cigarettes, movies. It's just a giant.
sell me this,
yeah,
sell me
yeah.
this, sell me that.
It's like internet ads, pop-ups on physical TV.
It's
That's
like
sad.
yeah, it's the way it's going because it's desperation, man.
Yeah, but these kids, these 5-year-olds are watching this and they think this is, like,
Yeah,
oh, okay,
I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy that. Buy that. It's smart. It's
this
smart.
these wrestling guys are cool. Let me get into that.
It's smart business if your audience is little kids that
Yeah,
don't know any
let
better.
me get some sodas. Better have diabetes
What are
by
they
the
gonna
time
do?
I'm
They're gonna
20.
tell mom and dad, buy me this, buy me
Yeah,
that,
buy
buy
me
me
that.
this. Mm-hmm.
And McMahon doesn't care about his ratings because obviously that's why I consider him the Jerry Jones because Jerry Jones is kind of they're the same but opposite because Jerry Jones cares about ratings. So he'll tank the shit out of his team just for all the haters to tune in to see how bad you guys do. That's
Yeah,
money.
his idea is like pretty
That's
simple.
that's ingenious. McMahon, on the other hand, has no ratings. And Big Glass explained it. It's because he doesn't give a shit. He has sponsors paying him just to throw it out there on the TV.
Yeah, the rating tanked down to 2.4,
Oh,
right? Like they're doing less, or just less than 3 million a week, right? For a 3 hour show. That's nothing.
that's a lot of
Like
dead air
like
for
for
three
instance,
hours.
like let's compare it. A 1 hour episode of The Walking Dead did like 14 million, 14.14 rating, right?
Yeah.
So they 1 hour of Walking Dead did 14. 3 hours of Raw
Did
did
two.
2.8. And it's like, oh wow.
Now we're not comparing them like as far as awesomeness or not that, but 3 hours compared to 1 hour. That's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. But
But
I just think it's horrible that that's what it's come to.
it's just showing you how the audience is just completely shifted. Because you go back to 1999.
It's not the audience's fault though. That's McMahon.
It's McMahon. Yeah,
dumbing it down.
he's killed off his own audience. Like he killed them off, really. He's like he by doing like all his bullshit that he does on his shows, uh, he's like turned everybody away. It's like, no, nah.
It's pretty sad. WrestleMania 31 last year.
Okay, go for it, go for it. You saw it. You saw it. I didn't watch it.
I'm sad to say I saw it. Very disappointed that I saw it. Every 30 seconds, it was selling you something. It was sponsored by Terminator Genesis, which that movie shouldn't have even been made. But anyway, sponsored by the Terminator Genesis. Every wrestler that came out, there was a and you know how they came out through that entrance because it was an outdoor in the stadium. Now that was a cool idea to put it in the stadium. That looked really neat. But every time a wrestler came in, they had one part of the movie introduced them. Like there was props, just like the Terminator and stuff. That was so sad. One
They
of
had.
the main events was
Didn't they have Arnold there?
Yeah, it was a real quick like.
I wonder how much they paid him for that.
But when Triple H came out versus Sting, Triple H comes out with an army of Terminators, and Triple H is in a Terminator suit. Like that's disgusting.
It's all ego.
WWE.
Even 15 years later, it's still like,
He's
I have.
he's still bitter about getting his ass kicked
Yeah,
back in the
he's
90s.
still bitter about getting his ass kicked by WCW because, 15 years later, I have this match that I could literally
make a
break
lot
box
of, yeah,
office, break a
yeah,
record here. Undertaker versus Sting, a strong Sting, a Sting that just came from WCW or
fresh.
TNA. Yeah, um, I have this match, but I'm not gonna do it because I don't want a WCW guy
To
that I didn't
win.
create,
Yeah.
that I didn't make. I don't want him to look strong or to be featured on one of my shows. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trick the fans into thinking that
You're gonna give him a shot.
I'm giving him a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I'm being fair and all that stuff. But really, what I'm doing is I'm still gonna show that I'm gonna stick it to him one more time. Stick it to him one more time, and so what happens?
He
Sting goes
loses.
out, gets beat by Triple H. Bye bye Sting. Bye bye
Ratings.
match with Undertaker. Because you beat Sting, and it makes no sense because now all these fans, these young fans, they didn't
Don't
know.
really care about him anymore.
Right, they didn't know Sting, right? They're just getting to know him. They're looking at the old videos. They're looking, oh, he got beat. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, I guess.
Well, hey, there's Roman Reigns. Let's
They
see
just
that.
killed him off. They killed
Yeah.
him off like that. Oh, okay, bye. And then they bring him back like 8 months later.
Well, if you guys haven't seen the Monday Night Wars, get that. Get that. That's the main reason Big Laz is talking about. Why McMahon is like it's like that. His ego, like he can never. He's above WCW or TNA or anything to do with that because he got his ass handed to him. Not like physically, but we're talking about ratings. When Bischoff was king, Bischoff single-handedly took down WWE or WWF back then.
Yeah, they had him down for about 3 years there,
That was
and
amazing.
and it's the only
What's his famous line on that? On this, it just wasn't fair.
it was
Like
they were playing dirty.
they were
And I
playing
didn't,
dirty.
they didn't need to do that.
It's not fair. You guys got to see the Monday Night Wars. That was what is it? What is it like at the box set or
But you
something?
got to see it. It's so biased against, right? But you have to have been there and watched it when it was unfolding.
Yeah, you.
You know,
I don't know.
because
Well,
for younger fans,
we're gracious enough that most of our fans are about our age. So
for the 21-year-old fans, they don't know. They weren't there to see it. Basically, what you have to realize is that McMahon owns all the footage. He owns all the trademarks.
all the
He
rights.
owns all the rights. So he can basically make whatever story he wants, and it's almost never
He's
the
just
true one.
he's just warning you that it's a one-sided story,
He, his
McMahon story.
his DVDs are almost always his version of events. It's never the true truth. It's his version of what happened. So that's where you have to be like, oh, wait a second, this is Garth. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait a
Well,
second.
I guess we'll go ahead and cut off our log in the Punchbowl for here.
So that was a good log there, Mondo.
It's a giant log.
Hmm.
Feel
What do you have
feel
to say
great.
What you have one more thing to say, McMahon?
Not one more thing. Just thanks for killing off all the good wrestlers, literally. But all right, we'll come back when we come back. Who knows? Hope y'all enjoyed it.